So I know I just threw a lot at you, but I think it's important to remember that if you can control those three factors, those three keys, if you have all of that in place, you are going to be a successful silver stacker, regardless of whether or not we see huge spikes or dips in silver. Regardless of what happens, you are going to do very, very well. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. Let's dive right in. So today we are talking about the one thing, the one trap that successful silver stackers avoid. Say that 3 times fast. The one thing that they avoid and always consistently avoid in their stacking journey. And you may ask, well, what is this? What is the thing, the trap that they avoid? Well, it is, and it sounds very simple, but it's that they never waste time on things they can't control. And you may hear that and you're like, oh, well, duh. But the reason I thought about this, and it actually comes from an article from an investing.com. It came out late last year from Kathy Lean, and I wanted to give credit to that, and we'll put the article in the description of the video just so that you can take a look at it. I thought it was really good because it talked more specifically about trading, but I think this really applies to silver stackers. And there was this great quote in there in the article that I want to read to you. And it says that the more you try to control the uncontrollable, the more your anxiety rises. And the more anxious you get, the less bandwidth you have for what truly matters: your preparation, your risk, and your process. And I thought that was fantastic. And honestly, in the first couple of months of 2026 when this video is coming out, but honestly, whether you're watching this 2, 3, 4 years down the road, it's probably still going to be true about silver. Silver has been incredibly volatile. We've seen silver go up 17% in a day and then come right back down to flat. We've seen it go down 28% in a day. We've seen it go down 20% in a day. It has just been all over the place. And even myself, who I've been in this for, a few years, honestly, we haven't seen this level of volatility in the silver market since, when the Hunt brothers and all that stuff was going on in the 80s. So it's been years and years and years, decades even, for most of us, and some of us not even, in my case, not even being alive when we saw that level of volatility. So I think it's really important in these seasons, whether you're a new stacker, whether you're an experienced stacker, maybe you've been stacking since the 80s or even before then. I think it's important for us to remember that we need to focus on the things we can control in our stacking journey, not the things that we can't control. And so the article broke several of these down, and I think, again, I'm applying some of these to a precious metals perspective, and I've kind of tweaked it. I've done some research and thought about this. So, for us as silver stackers, what are the things that we can't control? We can't control unexpected news, right? We can't control political events. We can't control economic events. We can't control what's happening in the Middle East, what's happening in Russia, in Ukraine, China, Taiwan. I mean, take your pick, right? We can't, in the United States or in Europe, wherever you're coming from, we can't control those things. We can't control whether the precious metals markets are manipulated, right? We can't control that. We can't control the daily price spikes and dips in the metals that we were just talking about. We can't control the price of premiums. We can't control what the price of metals is going to do before or after you buy it, whether you sell it. We can't control shortages or delays in the precious metals. And you might be getting really pessimistic here and like, well, geez, there's so much of this market that I can't understand and control. Why would I even get into it? Well, again, there's things that we can control, and I want to focus on that. And the way that I'm breaking this down is, she mentioned Kathy earlier in the article in that quote that I wrote, that you can control the things that truly matters: your preparation, your risk, and your process. And so from the preparation, or I call this a research perspective, here's the 3 things you can control, right? It's your preparation, or I'll say research, your risk, and your process. Those are the 3 things that you can control. So what does that look like? Well, for research or for preparation, that might be taking time to dig into industry information about silver and gold, the technicals and charts, learning more about that. Looking up YouTube videos like hopefully mine, but there's also a lot of great channels out there that really dig into the nitty gritty, like Mining Stock Education, You'll see several of the bigger stacker channels that get into the technicals and the chart analysis. I find the Freedom Report is a good one if you're trying to understand the market overall, and especially some of the craziness we see with the COMEX. There's a lot of great resources. Other things in research that you can do is, hey, learning what types of silver and gold you want to purchase. And that's not limited to just physical silver and gold. That could be digital, that could be looking at ETFs, that could be looking at mining stocks. There's a lot of different avenues in which you can stack and or invest in silver. And we'll talk in another video about that sometime. I want to draw the distinction there because I think there's a lot of confusion on that. But more to come there. And also doing your research on who should I be purchasing from? Who are the trusted, reputable dealers that are in the industry, and who can, whether that's the big boys or if that's just local. Hey, your local mom and pop precious metals dealer, your Tims and your Harrys that are out there. The next thing is we're talking about risk, right? And that's another thing you can control. So for precious metals investors, stackers, what does that look like? Well, what are you willing to lose in silver? What are you willing to lose on gold? What's your threshold? First of all, are you willing to lose money on them? And if you have been in the precious metals in the last month or two, then you'd say, well, I haven't had a choice. But how much money are you willing to lose? How much volatility do you have the appetite for? What is the best way for you to be kind to yourself in these moments too? I think is very important. We're going to be talking about that in another video. It can be very hard to see these losses, especially if you got in at a high and then seeing silver, if you got in when it was around 117 or 110 and now it's sitting at 72 or 80 or who knows what the price of it's going to be when this video comes out, right? The volatility. How do you take care of yourself mentally to where you're not getting discouraged and spending all day just looking at charts? You need to know when I'm not okay and when I need to just take a break and take a pause from silver. When do I need to trade or not trade the precious metals if you're, getting on the investing perspective? And what are your stop losses? What are your exit points? How high does silver need to get to you say, hey, I've reached my target, I'm done? Or, hey, if it gets below this point, I need to get out of it. I just don't feel comfortable staying invested or stacked in silver. And then the last thing is, your process. Again, you can control your process. And so this might look like, hey, what's your plan? Are you going to dollar cost average in every 15th day of the month? You're going to buy X amount of ounces of silver. Or if you see silver go down 5, 10, seems like it's going up or down more than 5% in a day, but let's balloon that up 10, 20% in a day. If you see a rise, you're going to sell, or if you see a pullback, you're going to buy. What are those things that you're trying to do? Are you trying to time those spikes and dips? Are you trying to time when you get into precious metals on sales or holidays? That's often when you see really good sales in the precious metals, especially from the big boys. If you're looking at, Black Friday, President's Day, a lot of these sales is when you can see really good deals in the markets, and maybe you're just trying to time it there. What days, if you're in the trading side of it, what days should I be, trading or purchasing silver? So I know I just threw a lot at you, but I think it's important to remember that if you can control those three factors, those three keys, if you have all of that in place, you are going to be a successful silver stacker, regardless of whether or not we see huge spikes or dips in silver. Regardless of what happens, you are going to do very, very well. Thank you so much for checking out the channel today. If you were really enjoying this content, I'd appreciate a like, a subscribe to the channel. It helps me out, but more importantly, it gets the word out about gold and silver. And I'd love to hear what you thought about this in the comments. Have you fallen into this trap before of, trying to control things you can't control? And of the three things that we mentioned, and again, we threw a lot at you, but when it comes to preparation / your research, risk, and process, how have you handled that in your stacking or investing journey in silver? I'd love to hear more about it. I love being able to interact with people in the comments and just learn from people. That's one of my favorite things about doing these videos. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Be blessed. Be a blessing to others. We'll see you later.